man. Hey, it's another
back.
episode. It's another Good Friday of Jay and Hater.
Yeah, it is. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm straight, man. What about yourself?
I'm okay.
So let me ask you a question. I've been thinking about this a lot, right?
Okay.
It's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy, for real. I just want to know. I've been thinking about it a lot, right? Like, would you consider the Migos the next greatest group since Outkast?
Yeah.
Would you?
I mean, that's not a, oh, hell yeah. But it's like a, yeah. I mean, are they even still doing shit together anymore?
Yeah, I think they got a new album getting ready to come out.
Okay. I'm old, apparently, so I'm not.
I don't think they can do albums independently of each other.
But I mean, I think they're a pretty solid group. And I mean, even white people fuck with Migos. So.
And I think the longevity of them too kind of
yeah.
bolsters the claim.
Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely say that.
Because I can't think of another group
other than like that. Who is it? BTS, some little Asian dudes.
Oh, yeah, BTS.
Yeah, I don't know any other groups. I haven't heard of any other groups. Period. Yeah. Really.
Man, it's like 12 of them boys, ain't it?
I don't know. There's a lot of them. Yeah, and they all have the same face to me.
No, and
I don't know them, so
no, I kind of agree. I ain't gonna say like they interchangeable. I'm not, you know what I mean? But like when they rotate and they dance and they go,
it's all okay.
Y'all.
They don't do that. They don't do that.
But when they be dancing and rotating and stuff, I be like, is that the same one that was up front?
See,
because their jackets be kind of close to the same.
The jackets, the little ensemble.
Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I would say Migos would be the next best group since Outkast. I would. I mean, because who else is there?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Kind of like by default.
Yeah.
Like they're at least at the top of whoever else is considered a group.
Yeah, I guess it would be kind of by default because.
Yeah. Because who else are you comparing them to?
I can't think of another group that's been since then.
No. So yeah.
Well, welcome Migo to the greatest group of all time.
Wait, I don't know about all time, but yeah.
I mean, they in the conversation, I guess.
They're not in the conversation. I mean, they may be selling fish sandwiches in the parking lot, but they're not part of the conversation.
They can't even get a honorable mention, maybe?
In the rap category.
That's what I'm saying, rap group.
Yeah.
So it'd be... Yeah.
Top 5.
Because, I mean...
I can't really name a whole bunch of rap groups anyway.
Because I guess if you think about it, like... I mean, people that will listen, we listen to Migos, but I guess, like, don't really know any other groups outside of that.
And, like, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I wouldn't even.
The Locks.
Speaking of Bone Thugs and Harmony, I don't think I would even put them. I mean, they made.
I know people who would. I'm not saying I would. I know people who fucks with Bone Thugs and Harmony and South Park Mexicans. You weren't ready for that, were you?
I forgot all about that dude.
Yeah.
What was that song he had?
I'm not.
No, just tell me the name of the song.
I don't remember.
Hey, if you remember South Park Mexican, hey, hit me up and let me know what song it was.
So y'all can rap about it. See what I did there?
We can rap about it.
I know. Okay.
So talk to me. What's on your mind today?
Went back to my hometown this past weekend, for a party. And every time I go back home, I just think about, I almost feel like that was a whole different life. Like that, like I feel like my life has so far been split up into like 3 pieces. And the Waco portion is the first piece, or the first J, so to speak. So I'm sitting there and, as we're riding, going there, and then also as we're coming back, I'm like, man, all the experiences I've been through and how I'm a different person now. And I think if I knew then what I know now, how would I be? And so that kind of started, the ball rolling as far as like different pieces of advice, different things that are sayings that my mom, my aunties, uncles, their friends would always say. And then how it applies now. And I'm like, man, they were spitting.
Like, it's crazy how easily you brush it off.
Yes.
Like, then when they used to be like, hey, boy, let me tell you, boy, what you doing over there ain't quite it because X, Y, Z. You be like, hey.
I know what I'm doing.
This old cat don't know what he talking about.
He don't know what he talking about.
I know the game.
And 30 years later, he knew exactly what he was talking about.
Man, I wonder if I'd listen to Robert Earl.
Right. So Robert Earl. Big ups to Robert Earl. But like, for example, one piece of advice that I, wish I knew then that I know now is be careful taking advice from people who haven't even experienced what you're going through.
Yeah.
Like, how can you, for example, relationships. Let's say you're in a serious relationship and you're thinking about marrying this person, but y'all had an argument. Should you really be listening to the advice of someone who never has a steady person, who hasn't even really been in a relationship, or all their relationships have been bad? You know what I mean? Because
if you say it like that, then that person probably can't give you the best of advice.
Yeah. Or like, or if they've been divorced 10 times and they're trying to tell you, no, what you need to do is.
See, but I guess sometimes I think about it like, maybe that person's like kind of come to grips of why it's kind of not shaping out for them in that way, like a relationship.
Yeah.
And then so they kind of speaking like, yo, I see what you do. I see what you're doing, and I did that, and I'm gonna tell you this is how it turned out for me. Look at me.
If it's phrased like that, then it's like, okay, yes, it's trying to help. But if it's just, no, fuck that bitch, da 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 da.
Oh yeah.
Then it's like, wait, because misery loves company.
Yeah. So if she ain't got nobody, then she can come over here and hang out with me, and we could go get Manny's Betty's and drink mimosas all day.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
but yeah, so that, and then also especially taking advice from people when it comes to money.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's funny, when I was younger, I mean, we weren't rich by any means, but people who had like next to nothing, they were always broke, were always trying to give financial advice. And it's like, why would I listen to you when you can't even take that on your own advice? But then also people who were successful, they would give advice and I'd kind of like brush it off.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I should have listened to them, or I should have at least paid more attention and did my research.
Like, I always find it interesting, like the people that want to give you money advice, but then they always asking you for $20 every other week.
Man, listen.
Hey, boy, what you need to do, boy, is spend $1,000 on that Dogecoin, and then
you know
boy,
what?
You come up, boy, because that's what I would do if I had it.
Right, if I had it.
Hey, boy, let me hold $20 for 2 weeks, so I can put some gas in my car, because the price of gas done went up because they got ransomware.
See, when someone if someone has to go through that lengthy of an explanation as to why they need it, then they just, no, this supposed to be some bullshit.
You should just give it to them then at that point.
Either you gonna give it to them or you cut them off and be like, I ain't fit to deal with this.
I ain't got it, chief.
I ain't got it, bub. Another, saying or, phrase that I always heard is, don't let what other people say about you define you.
Yeah.
Like for example, I was always, even though I was like a straight A student, I had great grades. I didn't really get into trouble. I was always called lazy.
Yeah.
I was called lazy, and I was always it was always said that I didn't have common sense. Plot twist. I have the most common sense.
Got all the common sense.
All the common and the sense. And I mean, I pretty much have like 6 jobs right now, so I don't think I'm lazy. I used to let those words kind of just manifest into, okay, well, I guess I am lazy, or I guess I am, dumb when it comes to being street smart and things like that. And it took a lot of years, a lot of self-reflection, a little bit of therapy to realize that, no, I'm not going to let what somebody else say about me be true.
I guess, similar to you, right? Like, I remember growing up and people was like, you come from nothing, you can't be much. Yeah. It's what I used to hear a lot.
Yeah.
If people deemed your family not much, then they automatically kind of write you off too, because traditionally what they known of your family, they just automatically associated with you
by default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's when you said, like, when I kind of said like that too, it's like growing up, just like I said, like when you were like, hey, all them Joneses is over there. All of them shifty and shady, boy. They had them card games on the weekends. Yeah. Boy, they running football boys and they steal your money.
Especially in small, especially in small towns.
Yeah.
In small towns, because everybody knows everybody.
It's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name.
Oh, you singing on the podcast?
Ain't that how it go?
Yeah, that's
something like that.
That's it.
What I mean? Everybody know you.
Yeah, everybody know you.
Because everybody related too.
Wait, that's a story for another podcast. We're not doing it on this one. But yeah, and you know what else I used to always hear, and it didn't make sense to me? Listen to your gut.
Yeah.
Or your sixth sense or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the little voice on your shoulder or whatever.
I feel like I'm missing one.
You missing what?
When, you know how they say
your conscience?
They're supposed to have two, like, a good one and a bad one. I feel like one of them boys ain't missing.
What? You mean he clocked out? He don't leave?
No, I don't know what happened to him. I think they drugged him.
And I was gonna ask you, who do you think, like, when you think of like the good person, your good person or your good conscience and your bad conscience, who would you equate them to if you personify them?
It's me and the bad one.
Huh?
It's me and the bad one that hang out. The good one he misses.
No, but who, like, for example, mine, I feel like my good voice is Beyonce, but my bad voice is Cardi B.
I don't know. I think my bad voice kind of sounds like Tracy Morgan.
That's amazing. Okay.
Okay. And I think that's why I kind of, with my depression, it's kind of weird because just picture
you
like
got
Tracy,
hustle man in your ear.
Yeah, because he's like, hey man, what you thinking is probably right. Hey, whatever you thinking is true, bro. Like, I know it sounds, just think about it. It's so far crazy that it's probably possible.
Because it would be too much like right if it was, yeah.
And then he take me down this whole long road, and I'm like, bro, I'm too far gone. And now I'm upset, and I'm mad. And then he over there like, yeah, that's probably about right.
Oh, just like that commercial. What's the word that he uses? Isn't it like probably or possibly? They're like,
something like that.
Yeah, probably.
That's kind of how I feel it kind of goes.
Okay, so who would be your good person or your good voice? You say
I'm the good voice.
Oh,
that's
shit.
why I said it's just me and him.
Wait, no.
It's just me and Tracy.
No, we need to find. You need like Morgan Freeman.
That's why I go to therapy because she kind of.
So your therapist is on. I'm not gonna lie. There'll be things that I'll do, and I can just picture my therapist sitting there looking at me and being like, "So, you sure about that?" And I'd be like, "I know, girl." Or use your methods, use your coping skills, and it's just like.
But I will say she's kind of helping me like listen to my gut. Like, even though that, now don't listen to Tracy. Listen to that.
Please don't listen to Tracy.
But listen to your gut.
Don't think of him as hustle man. No, don't fall for the hustle.
I try to tune that dude.
The bad hustle.
But then I try to like where we talk about accepting the universe.
Yes.
Or listening to the universe.
Yes, I definitely feel like the universe does speak to us.
Not your gut, but the universe.
The universe. I feel like how I would always hear I need a sign. I need a sign. I feel like every time that I have actually been like, okay, I need a sign, and it's so undeniable that I have no choice but to accept it, then I feel like it's for me. If anytime there was a situation that I tried to force myself into, where it was originally not like a prove myself, but like a no, I'm going to make this happen, it never worked out. It never worked out in my favor.
It's funny you say it because I think, we talked about that a couple of days ago, to where I feel like when I feel like I had to, like you said, force myself into, like, let's say if I didn't like my job. Yeah. And I was like, yo, I have to leave and I need to leave by next week. And I take.
By any means necessary.
And the first job that called me was talking with a little bit more money. It with a little bit more sense.
Or even the same if I hate this job enough.
And so I rush over there and then I'm like, dog, I'm back. I'm back.
Wait a damn minute.
I'm back doing the same shit.
Yeah, that I have definitely learned that if I need to force myself into a situation, it's probably not for me. It's probably, and it may be for someone who's close to me. Yeah. And maybe they found out about the opportunity through me. But I never take to heart because I feel like what's supposed to be for me is going to be mine. That's happened to me. No one else can interfere with that.
Where I worked at a place and I got somebody else on, and like 2 weeks later I got fired.
And you're like, what the fuck? And then they're still over there.
And they still over there kicking it.
See, yeah.
They the man. And I was like, even when I try to apply again, my application get denied. They be like, nah, this dude is forever banned.
That's because it's not for you.
I don't want to go back.
See? So why you want to go back to some place that don't even want you?
See?
Come on now.
Because I wanted to prove a point.
See?
Now I don't care. So they
Look
can kick rocks.
all the rocks. Also, listening to your gut when you feel like it's time to end certain friendships.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily, I'm not talking about the love them from afar, but you may realize that this person is not my friend.
Like, this is it.
Some sign was shown to you, or something was brought to your attention, or you saw something, and you're just like, this person's not for me. They're not for me. What did I say on the previous episode? Are they good for business?
Yeah.
They may not be good for business, so you got to let them go. If your gut's telling you something like that, especially something that strong, because you wouldn't feel it for nothing.
Yeah.
It's coming from somewhere. I mean, you just have to know when to let them go.
Yeah, I've been like that since, I ain't gonna lie, my grandmother taught me that. She was like, hey, sometimes, you can feel the vibe of a person when you first meet them.
Yeah.
And if it just feels off, like if your soul just don't resonate, then
yes,
you probably should stay away from them.
And that's not just friendships, that's relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That could even be family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, just because they're family doesn't mean that they wouldn't do anything against you, or that they would. So, Because
every time I've ever went against it, to where, I've been in a situation where I'm like, I don't like this dude. I don't like this dude. It's just something about this dude I don't like. Like, I don't even know him like that, but like, I don't like him.
Yeah.
And then I'm forced to be around him, and I'll be like, he's okay.
I guess they all right.
And then the next thing you know, he knock you over the top of the head, and you be like, bruh, I knew it.
That's Tracy Morgan talking to you. Like, I told you he was going to do this.
And now you're in jail. And you're like, damn, but I shouldn't have been riding with that boy.
You know what? That's when you definitely need to evaluate your friendships. But another thing is, again, listening to your gut and doing it on your own time.
Yeah.
Your gut may tell you, hey, you may need to start backing off. Not like cutting it off completely, but start paying attention to this person.
So do you feel like you kind of back off to kind of see, I don't like saying like test, right? But to kind of see how much that person...
See if they're giving you the same energy?
Yeah.
I have before, but it's only when I really feel like I'm putting in way more into the friendship. But then also, I feel like people have done that to me. Because if I feel like someone is kind of pulling away from me, if I really value that friendship, that interaction, that relationship, I'm going to reach out and find out if something's wrong, if it's something that I did, to kind of give myself the opportunity to fix it.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, if I notice they're pulling away, it don't matter to me that much. I let it go.
So you just let it go?
I just let it go.
Off to the sweet good night.
I mean, I may give you a cute little like or whatever, but if we're not friends on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, all of a sudden, if I really wanted to fight for it, I would. If I don't, then it didn't matter as much to me either.
So how do you tell, like, where if it's like a situation where life is just getting in the way, or if the relationship is just kind of falling on bad times? You know what I'm trying to say?
I feel like, and that's another thing, where when you're younger and you think, you talk to your friends all the time because you don't have, a real job and you don't have responsibilities. All you have is time and shit. But as you get older, life does get in the way. You get married, you have kids, you have a career, so I feel like as long as there's some type of effort, or anytime there is an interaction, it's still positive and it's still good and those vibes are still there between you two. Yeah. Then it's okay. Me and my best friend, we, especially since this whole pandemic, I went like a whole year without seeing her. And even though we have our busy lives, we still like to get together at least every month or every couple of months. Right. And, or, we still talk to each other, whatever. Even during quarantine, we didn't really get to talk too much because there was just so much going on. And she had a lot of stuff going on with her family. I had some personal issues. So we didn't interact as much, but when we did, and whenever we do, we immediately catch each other up, and it's almost like no time went by. Right. We still feel the same way about each other. So I think it's based on how invested you are and want to remain in that friendship.
So I guess it's like you say. I guess it just depends on if both is mutually vested. Yes. To maintain and maintenance the relationship.
Yes, exactly. Because it could be a situation where, I stop talking to someone and they reach out to me like, hey, we haven't talked in a while. And I'll be like, oh, I didn't think they really mess with me like that. I didn't think they really care for me like that. I kind of think they're cool too. And then, you try to mend that, that friendship. But I mean, it just depends. Whatever your gut is telling you,
Right.
Just go with it. Also, just knowing your worth. I used to always hear that. Know your worth. Know your worth, queen.
What, that Killer Price?
No. Was it?
No, Alicia Keys.
A woman's worth. You know what? You know what? Anyways. So yeah, just knowing your worth and knowing that literally I am somebody. I know I used to hate hearing them say that I am somebody. Yeah. No, I'm like, I am somebody.
You gotta stand up and pay attention. See, that's why I need to find out what happened to the other dude, because Tracy be telling me something different. Like, Tracy be trying to tell me I don't have much work.
We're going to give you another dude right here on this podcast. Who, you want it to be Alex Trebek?
No.
You want it to be the dude from Reading Rainbow?
LeVar?
Yes.
I would say LeVar Ball, but
no.
Big brand.
Yeah, no. Who's someone that you respect and who? No, it can't be Gordon Ramsay.
I would say
that's the wrong one.
That's like having two Tracy's.
Yeah, you know, white Tracy and the black Tracy. You know?
I was gonna say the Incredible Mr. Limpet.
What about Macho Man?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so Macho Man is your good one.
No agony, no braggony.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So Macho gonna give me some work.
I think I messed up.
Yeah,
but anyways, so yeah, just know your worth and know that you are somebody, and you don't have to take shit that people give to you. Like, you literally don't.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you really don't. You really deserve to tell people no.
I think that was the hardest thing for me is to understand that it's okay to stand up for myself.
Yes. Because if you don't, who else will? How can you expect someone else to and you won't?
Yeah. And I think that's, I guess, like you said, come with knowing your worth, right? Like, you get to a point to where you can kind of start recognizing when people are starting to try to roll on you.
Right.
To try to take advantage. You can kind of, nip it in the bud before.
Yeah. And sometimes it takes someone else showing you that they feel that you're worthy for you to be like, oh, well, I guess if I'm this important to these people, then maybe I am somebody.
And them people were tripping.
They messed up. You're lost, honey.
They let me go, boy.
Another phrase, and I know you've heard this. Keep on living.
Keep on keeping on.
That's not. Well, I mean, same.
Yeah, same thing, right?
Same thing.
Yeah, I never liked that one for sure.
I didn't, but literally, I find myself telling my nieces and nephews that same phrase and other people.
All you gotta do is just keep on living, baby.
Because my thing is, you may know this A, B, and C about a situation and feel this certain way about it. But then as you get older and you have more experiences and different points of view, and sometimes you're the hero, sometimes you're the villain of the story, you see things differently. And so your perspective may change. Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it too, like, when you're in the midst of weathering that storm, you like, dog, it can't get any worse than this. Yeah. But then when you get through it and you be like, okay, it was bad, but I'm through. But then you go through something else and you be like, well, this is bad too.
Like, wait, this is bad as well.
But that last thing, but this new thing don't compare to that last thing. So, I mean, I guess it's also a matter of perspective too. Yes. When it comes to keep on living. Yes. Because, I guess struggling is a part of life in itself. Yeah. So as long as you could just weather the storm.
Literally weather the storm and trust the process. That's like my new thing right now is trust the process. Because you just have to trust the process. Like, what more can you say?
Listen to the universe.
Listen to the universe.
It's the same thing as trusting the process.
Yes. Also, high maintenance and high standards are two totally different things.
Explain that to me.
High maintenance is, and again, it's not. I feel like it's not considered. A girl isn't considered high maintenance if she can maintain herself. That's one thing.
Okay, so I can see that.
Yes, so I feel high maintenance is you're not able to keep up with what you're trying to. You're trying
to get somebody else to maintain your appearance.
Yes, because it's high maintenance. It's a different tax bracket. You know what I mean? And having high standards as far as people say being bougie. I don't want to be. Let's say I don't want to be friends with anyone who doesn't have a good work ethic, because I have a good work ethic, and
Yeah.
they're gonna want to sit here and want to talk on the phone all day, every day, and BS, and then ask me for money while I'm sitting over here working hard. I like all my friends to be hard workers too, because
Right.
birds of a feather do bird shit together. So you know what I mean. So I feel like I'm not high maintenance. At one point, people would tell me, "Oh, you're high maintenance." Are you? No, I just have a certain standard.
But also, I feel like, what's high to some isn't high to others.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I guess it's also a matter of perspective.
It's a matter of perspective, yes. But I'm high maintenance to you, but that means you're not in the same.
Girl, you go get them pedicures, girl. I wish I could get them. Girl, you just show
must be nice. I hate when people like must be nice, because you know I be like, it is. It's lovely. I don't even play that shit anymore. And you know what? Those same people stop saying that to me. Must be nice. It is.
Must be nice to be going out on trips.
Do you know how much? You know how much shit I got for my Versace robe? Everybody can't get a Versace robe. Yeah, everybody can't.
But technically, everybody could.
I mean, they had that stimulus, so they could. But
some of y'all got one with that stimmy,
or with the PPP loan.
Some of y'all going to jail for the PPP.
A lot of y'all are going to jail.
Look, I know we ain't even talking about that in this episode, but some of y'all going to jail. But if you go to jail, please continue to listen to Jay and Hater podcast.
You know what?
Because you have nothing but time on your hands to listen to us.
Anyways, yes, go through all the episodes.
Again and again and again.
And when you get your time in the library, get on the internet and leave comments. We'll shout you out. We ain't putting money on books, though. We don't visit people in jail.
Like, share, and subscribe while you at it, too.
There you go.
And tell your cellmates and your bunkies, because it's like, what's it, 2 hots in a cot. Ain't that what they used to say?
3 hots in a cot.
Is it 3?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Is that what they say?
Yes.
I thought it was 2.
If it's 2, then that means you got to get your own breakfast or lunch.
It'd be like when Arizona, we used to give them sandwiches and oranges.
In a brown bag?
Yeah. Easter had them pink drawers on.
What? Okay. Anyways, and I guess this will be like our final little saying or whatever. You know, you don't have to be right all the time. Like you like to say, allow people the space to be wrong.
Yeah.
That took a lot. Like just agreeing to disagree.
Yeah, for sure.
That took a lot, because I'm like, no. Why am I going to let them sit there and be wrong? I feel like it's my duty to show them where they're stupid at and where the right answer is and why I know it and they don't. But no, sometimes you just got to...
Sometimes you just can't help people.
You just got to let them go.
Look, I've learned that you can tell people to you blue in the face or purple in the face.
Yeah.
That, you know, that they're making a mistake or they wrong and this is not going to turn out for the best. But sometimes people literally do not listen until their head hit the wall themselves.
Right.
And all you can do is just sit back and be like...
Yep. Like on The Color Purple, just sit there and... Celia was sitting there and waiting to see what color Suge was going to put on the wall. Because she was like, I know what's going to happen, so I'm just going to wait. So yeah, which is funny because that actually leads into my petty words of wisdom.
Oh.
It does.
It does.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and do that right now. So,
go ahead and give it to him since we already here.
The petty words of wisdom this week. Sometimes you just got to let whack people be whack. You do. Sometimes you just got to let them be whack. Let them thrive in their whackness. Because they feel like they doing it and you like, nah, B. No, sometimes you just got to let them have it.
So it's like when your homegirl posts a picture on Facebook and be like, yeah, girl, I'm out here eating. And and everybody like,
pressure. It's me. That's me. I don't care how busted she's looking. I'll be like, girl, fine.
You say even she out here busting like a can of biscuits.
Pressure. Oh, thicker than a Snicker. Thicker than cold grits. Thicker than cold peanut butter.
But if they whack though.
Yeah.
Stance is whack.
You just gotta let them be whack. Let them be whack.
Is whack.
Yep. But me, I'm tired of fuck. Yeah. So sometimes you just gotta let whack people be whack. It is what it is.
But what if they don't know they whack? Can you tell them they whack?
You can try to tell them, but if they don't want to listen to it, let them be whack.
Yeah, because if people think they hot shit, they just gonna think they hot.
And there's nothing. You know what? The older I get, I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. If there's someone out there and they're not what I would necessarily, people, society would necessarily consider them beautiful.
Yeah.
And they out here saying, I'm fine and I'm this and this and that. You know what? You show right and I ain't going to tell you you're not.
Yeah, especially the ones that be out here with that hair to be looking like a rainbow snow cone.
You know what? Because everybody ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
So they know their worth. How am I going to get mad at you for knowing your worth? That makes me whack. Then you going to let me be whack. I don't want to be whack because I'm tight as fuck. So
don't be whack.
Yeah, so just sometimes you gotta let other people be whack. They whack. So yeah, but that's it. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. So Speaking of our shirts, you said we've been getting some feedback. Yeah, people like our shirts.
Man. People
where do you get these shirts from?
Well, I got these shirts from Polished Custom Tees and Design.
You know what? I mean, they are tight.
They are nice though.
Can't nobody tell me these ain't whack. So that these are whack.
So if you see this on YouTube and you like these custom shirts, or if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook,
hit us
or
up.
if you just come to the website at www.janhater.com,
hit
you can see these tight ass shirts that we be wearing.
Tight ass shirts.
And then if you like them, you can always go over to Polished Custom Tees and Designs. Get you some shirts.
Yeah.
Get these custom Jan Hater shirts.
I mean, you can get your name put on them. You get the same shirts that we have on. Whatever you want, they got you.
Whatever you want, they got you.
So, any news? Other than asking y'all to like, share, and subscribe. If you like what you're hearing, also you can find us on Instagram at DuceJ and Lord.Hater.
Yes.
And then also on Facebook, and again, www.jnhater.com.
That's right.
Anything else?
Ain't got nothing.
All right. Well, y'all be careful out there. Watch out for your friends, because there may be a Portia Williams. But we're not going to get into that right now.
Y'all come back
Y'all
now,
know what we're talking about. Right. Y'all come back now, yeah? Bye, guys. Protect your peace.